mother and son who went out fishing together only to be met with tragedy. It was September 17th, 2016 to be exact. Linda and Nathan had been planning a very fun overnight fishing trip for quite some time, and the plan was to take out Nathan's boat, to meet at the marina and then be out on the water by midnight. But Linda had texted one of her friends that they were going to fish just off a place called Block Island, and this was around 12 miles from the shore. But she also told her friend that they would be back on land by 9 a.m. and to call her by noon if she hadn't heard from her. And it was kind of a joke, but also kind of serious because boating accidents aren't super uncommon, so it's good to always keep somebody in the loop of where you're going, the details of your trip, saying, here's my plan to be back, but if something happens or if you don't hear from me, call the Coast Guard or call somebody. Like, it's not super uncommon. But as it turns out, whether the concern that Linda had identified to her friend was warranted or not at the time she texted, the truth was that Linda had not reached out by noon, and her friend was really worried. I mean, 10 minutes late is one thing, but hours? Something wasn't right here. So she got a hold of the Coast Guard and she reported both Linda and Nathan as missing. Now, luckily, everything was taken very seriously. Right away, the Coast Guard got in contact with Linda's cell phone provider to get a ping on where her phone last was at. That way, they wouldn't be wasting time looking in all of the wrong directions, right? And it turns out that her phone pinged one last time around 1 a.m., an hour after she and Nathan had taken off from the marina. But when the search and rescue teams made it to that location, they couldn't find anything. They knew that she had been there because we know cell phone pings don't lie, but if they didn't know any better, it was almost like Nathan and Linda had never been there at all. Like they and their boat just vanished. And for days, Nathan, Linda, and their boat were nowhere to be found. So after 5 days of searching, the Coast Guard made the difficult decision to end the search. However, after just 48 hours of getting the news that the search was ending, they received more news that nobody was expecting. Now at this point, it had been one whole week since Nathan and Linda went missing. And that's when a Chinese freighter called the Orient Lucky was on its way to Boston, and someone from the crew spotted something out in the distance in the ocean. Something distinctly bright orange just floating out there in the distance. This was 22-year-old Nathan Carmen, the missing guy that searchers had been looking for basically every waking hour since he and his mom went missing. Linda was nowhere to be seen. Was this just a series of tragedies and unfortunate freak accidents? Or was this something far more nefarious?